Did you catch the cool video on the Indus Valley civilization? If not, don't miss out. It's like starting with the first puzzle piece before moving to the next. So, go watch that video first. Link given in description. Remember, watching the videos in order helps you put the history puzzle together. Learning history step by step makes it way more fun and interesting. The Indus Valley civilization and the Vedic period are two significant eras in the history of ancient India. Although they existed at different times and in different regions, there are connections between them that provide insights into the development of Indian civilization. So let's begin. The Vedic period is divided into two main phases, the early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. This period is marked by the composition of the Vedas, the emergence of Vedic society, and the development of religious and philosophical ideas. Here's a closer look at each phase. During this time, long ago, people in a place called ancient India had some interesting things happening. Here's what was going on. Imagine old songs, like the ones your grandparents might know. The Rig Veda is like an old book of songs from that time. These songs were written a really long time ago and talked about things like gods and nature. People would sing these songs during special occasions. Back then, people took care of animals, especially cows. Cows were super important to them. They also began growing crops like barley, wheat, and rice to eat. People lived in groups, like big families. These groups later grew into bigger families and tribes. People did special things to make the gods happy, because they believed it would keep their community safe and joyful. There were special priests called Brahmins, who organized these special events. They used fire to help connect people with the gods. The old songs, called the Rig Veda, showed how people saw the world and nature. They thought that gods controlled things like fire and the morning light. Doing these special events was like talking to the gods and asking for their help. The way people talked was a bit different from how we talk now. They spoke in a special language called Sanskrit. And guess what? They didn't write things down like we do. They shared stories and songs by talking to each other. A bit later in ancient India, there was a time called the later Vedic period. Let's discover what was happening during these years. During this time, people created new sets of sacred writings, called the Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharvaveda. These texts contained hymns, teachings, and rituals dedicated to various gods. They were like important books for understanding religious practices. Society was evolving. People started focusing more on farming, instead of just looking after animals. This change led to larger communities and more complex societies. The idea of a caste system started to develop during this period. People were grouped into different categories, or castes, based on the kind of work they did. There were priests, rulers, traders, and workers. This system which played a significant role in Indian society. A new concept called dharma began to gain importance. Dharma means doing the right thing and following one's duties. People believed that living by dharma helped keep society balanced and peaceful. Philosophical thinkers started exploring deep questions about life, reality, and the self. They wrote texts known as the Upanishads, which shared insights into understanding the universe and finding inner peace. People still performed rituals and sacrifices, but these practices began to evolve. They started to think more deeply about the meanings behind these rituals, moving beyond just doing them for tradition's sake. Sanskrit remained an important language. People continued sharing their stories, knowledge, and teachings through spoken tradition. This was a time before writing became common, so speaking and listening were crucial. While things were changing, there was still a connection to the earlier Vedic period. Some gods and practices from the early Vedic times were still remembered and respected. The later Vedic period brought shifts in society, thoughts about duty and morality, and a deeper exploration of philosophical ideas. It's like a bridge between the older times and the future, shaping the rich tapestry of India's history. In next video we will see about Maurya Empire. Until then, stay tuned.